Switzerland is a country that is often overlooked, but it has valuable lessons for other nations, including Canada. Although the two countries have few similarities, Canada's policymakers could learn from the Alpine state. Switzerland is a high-cost economy with a strong currency, yet it prospers. Nations struggling to compete often default to letting their currencies fall in value relative to their main trading partners. In 1950, Canada, through the Bank of Canada, was the first country to allow its currency to float. The bank thought flotation would give Canada flexibility and resilience lacking in other nations. However, it has not worked out so well. Allowing Canada's Loonie to fall when its trade balance deteriorates or the economy sags is touted as a natural stabilizer, paralleling how Keynesian automatic stabilizers should work. Recessions hurt tax revenues and boost welfare and unemployment payments, while recoveries and expansions reduce those outlays and boost tax revenues. However, Canadian federal deficits keep increasing in good and bad times, and Canada's Loonie has declined for over a decade now, partly due to monetizing Canada's large deficits. McKinsey Global Institute notes several growth-promoting factors for national economies. Currency weakness, like Canada's, is conspicuously absent. Whether by default or volition, devaluation policies did nothing to increase Canadians' prosperity, which rose glacially for decades. Switzerland's experience was different and better. Federal Reserve of St. Louis data indicate that Switzerland's currency appreciated 5 times against the US dollar, or 400%, from January 1957 to August 2024, a compound annual growth rate of 2.4% over those 67-plus years. Since 1960, the Swiss economy's compound annual growth rate was 2.1% per World Bank figures. Crucially, Switzerland's per capita GDP, which determines living standards and quality of life, has expanded to $86,559. This represents a compound annual growth rate of 1.3% since 1960, and a more recent growth of 1% since 2015, despite the challenges posed by the 2020 pandemic. Disappointingly, Canadian per capita GDP's compound annual growth rate was only 0.26%, again using World Bank figures. It may be worse than that if the large influx of immigrants since 2021 were fully incorporated. There are 3 main lessons one can draw from this experience. The first is that currency appreciation does not itself cause growth to stall. The second is, if currency appreciation is gradual, companies and industries become more productive to remain competitive. Firms develop higher value products or services, acquire more efficient equipment, or add lower cost locations abroad. Swiss companies adapted, innovated, and remained competitive in luxury goods, financial services, food, machinery, technology, tourism, manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and more. Switzerland's strengthening currency was not destructive. Third lesson: another vital aspect of a strong, reliable currency is that foreign and domestic investors will usually be confident that their investments in financial instruments, equipment, buildings, and intellectual property will not decline in value. This lesson remains elusive to our leaders in Ottawa. Switzerland's strong franc is one factor that helps it attract investors. The country also has light regulations and taxes, while maintaining high infrastructure, educational, and healthcare standards. It also has a negligible federal deficit. Despite Canada's boasting far more natural resources, World Bank portfolio investment figures show Canada chronically struggles to attract investors, which no amount of currency decline will reverse. Further devaluation would only worsen the problem.